Okay, so today we are going to start learning about cursive. So cursive writing is different than print. It's where all of your letters are kind of connected together. So we're going to have our very first cursive lesson today, and I'm going to be using my document camera down here to show you. So what you're going to need is you're going to need a pencil, paper, and you're going to want two different colored markers. I'm going to use red and blue. These are going to help you. So pencil, paper, and two different colored markers. Go ahead and pause the video and go grab those. And I'm going to go to just looking through my document camera. So maybe. Okay, there we go. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is notebook paper has really small lines, and to practice our cursive, we really want some big lines. So I'm going to take my blue marker. Actually, I'm going to take my, blue marker, and right on this first line of the notebook paper, where the blue line is, I'm going to make a big blue line. Blue line right there, all the way across. And with my other marker, so I'm kind of making like a head and a foot line so I can practice my lettering. With my other marker, I am going to skip down 1, 2 lines. So I'm skipping down 1, 2 lines, and I'm going to make a red line down here. Okay, so now we've got a headline and we've got a foot line. And we can actually do that, if you want to, all the way down the page. And I'm just going to skip a line in between each of these. So blue. Oops, I skipped one too many. Oops, skipped one too many again. Oh, no. All right, so now I've got my lines all the way down my paper ready to go. And just so it's a little less distracting for you guys, because this is a lot for me to look at too, I am just going to use a piece of paper to cover up my bottom lines right here because it'll be less distracting for me. So we are actually going to practice 4 basic strokes that we have in cursive. And the first one is super easy, and it's called a slant. So there's 4 strokes. I'll show them all to you first, and then we can practice them. 4 strokes in cursive. The first one is just a slant, and it's where we start at the top and we slant down. We're going to practice that in just a second. So we just slant, start at the top, slant down. We have got the slant, not stand, slant. We have got the undercurve, and that's where we start at the bottom and we curve up. That's an undercurve. We have the down curve. So just like it sounds, we start at the top and we curve down. So that's a down curve. Start at the top, curve down. Start at the top, curve down. And then our last one is called the over curve. And it's where you start at the bottom and you're going to curve up. So these two look kind of similar, but they start in different places. So those are the 4 things we're going to practice today, and those are going to be the bases of all of our cursive letters we're going to learn. So first one we're going to do is this slant. So I'm going to write slant above this line so I remember which stroke it was that I was practicing. And let me get a darker pen. So our slant, remember, is just a slant down. So we're going to start at our headline up here at the blue. That's our headline. And we're going to slant down to the red. Top, slant down, top, slant down. And we're going to do that all the way down the line. So we get lots of practice. Start at the top and slant down. And then once you get to the end of the line, I want you to go back and I want you to circle your best 3. So look through there, think, what are my best 3 slants? I think that first one was pretty good. So go ahead and circle your first 3. Then we're just going to move right on down the page. We're going to do some lowercase. So this was an uppercase slant. Now we're going to do a lowercase slant. And that's where we started our midline right here. And we just slant down. Start the midline, slant down towards the foot line. Make sure you're touching that foot line. I haven't been doing a good job. Touch that foot line each time with your slant. And then go back and circle your best 3. Mine are going to be back here because I wasn't touching my foot line at the beginning. Same with up here. Start at the headline, always go touch the foot line. All right, so go back and circle your best 3. If you feel like you want some more practice with the slant, go ahead and move down to the next one. Do the slant again. If not, we're going to move on to the undercurve. So undercurve, remember, is where we start at our foot line and we're going to curve up. We're going to curve under. So I'm going to start on the red foot line this time. And I'm going to curve up to the blue line. So kind of like I'm making like almost like a J, but it's definitely not as curved as a J. So I'm starting at the foot line and I'm going to curve up. Let's see if I can get it over here so you can see. So I start at the foot line and curve up. Foot line, curve up all the way to that headline. And you're just going to keep doing that all the way across your paper right there. And then go back and circle your best 3. Okay, now we're going to do our, and I'm going to write down undercurve so I don't forget what stroke it was. Then I'm going to go down here and I'm going to do the undercase undercurve. So this was for uppercase letters, so we're going to do undercase for lowercase letters. So start at the foot line and curve up to that midline. Curve up to the midline. Start at the foot line. Always touch that midline. Okay, so then go back and circle your first 3. These are looking pretty good. All right, the next one we are going to do is the down curve. So the down curve is going to start at the headline and it's going to curve down. Start at the headline, curve down. Kind of like you're making a candy cane, but the top isn't as curved as it. Start at the headline, curve down. So I've got this nice curve in the top of my line. Headline, curve down. Headline, curve down. Oh, and I'm not touching my foot line again. I was stopping at the red. All the way down to that foot line. Go back, circle your best 3. I think mine were probably at the beginning. And then what are we going to do next? Hopefully you guessed it. We're going to do lowercase down curve. So I'm starting at the midline this time. Curve down, midline, curve down. Midline, curve down. Oop, and that one was not, that's definitely not one of the ones I'm going to circle. Go back, circle your best 3. And then we're moving on to our last stroke. Oh, wow, I have just the right amount of lines. And our last one is going to be the over curve. In this one, we're going to start at the foot line and we're going to curve over to the headline. It's going to look really similar to that down curve, but it's all about how you make the stroke. So we're starting at the foot line down here and we are curving over to the headline. Curve over, curve over. Start the foot line, curve over to the headline. And then I'm doing my last one, my lowercase. Oh, I forgot to circle my best 3. 1, 2, I like that first one, 3. Okay, and then I'm going to do my last one is my lowercase over curves. So start that foot line, curve over to the headline, just like that. Foot line, curve over to the headline. Foot line, curve over to the headline. And like I said at the beginning of the video, if you're not happy with yours, go back, rewatch the video, make a new paper. You have all the time in the world to practice these cursive strokes. And these cursive strokes are the key to cursive writing, because once they start looking nice, you're going to be ready to write some letters and eventually connect them to make some words. So I hope you guys had fun learning your cursive strokes today. Hopefully later this week or next week, we're going to be moving on to our very first cursive letter. So get ready for that. So what I want you to do when you're finished is I want you to take a picture of your practice page and upload it to Canvas so I can see and celebrate with you your nice cursive strokes that you've been practicing.